Hello and welcome to this week's Stick It to the Man video. This week I'm going to keep short and sweet. It's been a minute. This thing's been a little crazy for me. And for Brilled, we've been very busy. It's been a great year. Good things happening. And I'll try and be better about recording videos. This week I want to highlight something that actually came up on one of the several big projects we're working on this week and something we've been working on over really the last 6 months. I mean, it's a big complicated project with a lot of decorative, a lot of stuff that we could not change the spec on, which is not really like what we like to get involved in usually, and want to do a favor for this customer, so we have been. And it's been a very interesting experience that has highlighted our motto, stick it to the man and fight for the little guy, by creating world-class partnerships. It's made me think about it a lot. It's made me run back to who we are at our core and to want to cling to that like nothing else. So we've dealt with so many different manufacturers. This project is over 20 different line items, and a lot of it's decorative. And so there's a couple easy ones, but most of it took a lot of work. And we're dealing with 10 or 11 different manufacturers in order to make this spec. And in this case, most of these are not my OEM manufacturing partnerships, which we have at Brilled. We deal with other OEM companies quite a bit. And usually we can fill most commercial industrial buildings very easily, but decorative is not a space we play in. So with that being the case, most of this stuff we're having to go well outside of normal partnerships, do stuff we don't normally want to do, again, trying to do a favor for this customer. And in doing so, we walk right back into all of the issues that we see in the industry as to why we started Brilled. And we started Brilled because we saw so many issues with quality. We saw so many issues with consistency and warranty stuff, and people were having trouble dealing with China and some of those things. But at the same time, as we grew Brilled, we found our niche in the marketplace, and that niche was very, very clearly people who needed factory direct products with good service, good experiences, and they want to be treated fairly. And we started looking at the supply chain, and the typical supply chain in our industry is 6-7 people long. You're going from the manufacturer to usually some kind of local rep agency here in the US, and then from there, really your manufacturer in China to the manufacturer in the US, then to a rep agency, and then you're dealing with master distributors down to local distributors down to electricians. By the time you get to the end consumer, there have been so many markups, and the aggravating part to me is that not all those parties add value. And that's exactly what we're running into in this scenario, because whatever manufacturers have this job locked up on the spec and everybody wants to be written their check at the end of the day, it doesn't matter who the customer really wants to buy from. There's 10 people in the background that I'll never know or see that some manufacturer has to write a check to at the end of the day, because they're locked into deals with rev agencies and distributors that mean they have to be cut a check, or they're going to be pissed off and crying to mommy and daddy that they didn't get a check. And that's really, that sounds mean, but that's really how it is. I can't tell you how many jobs we run into where, we beat the pants off of the spec product. We're coming out of the same factories in China and India that product is coming out of. The quality is the same with a different brand name, and we beat the pants off of them because they have to write so many checks to so many people down the line before they can fill that order. And in this case, unfortunately, we can't work around a lot of those specs, and the customer's going, oh my gosh, this has gone from, this size quote to, double, triple. We're like, yeah, that's because that's the game that these guys like to play. And then they know they're going to get the order, they know they're locked in, and they're going to notch it up another $200-300 a fixture just because they know you're stuck. They know you can't go anywhere else, and it's absolute crap. This is the problem in the industry. We need to have more factory direct. We need to get stuff out of this locked in spec BS that, architects and engineers and lighting reps, you could tell me all day that it's locked in spec because that's a superior product. I'm sorry, you're full of bull. In very, very rare situations, that might be true. 99% of the time, there are 100 other products that would meet that spec that are more economical, and they're made in the same factories with the same components. You can't tell me otherwise. I may even start doing a series where we break down spec brown lights versus stuff that we brought in from overseas. I've been thinking about it. So anyhow, that's my Stick in the Man video today. If you have thoughts, comments, I'd love to hear them. Drop them down below, and I'll talk to you again next week.